There are moments in life where words matter more than ever. When someone is facing the end of their life, every word we say becomes powerful and potentially painful. If you're visiting a loved one in their final days, it's natural to want to offer comfort, peace, and support. But sometimes, even well-intentioned words can cause more harm than healing. In this video, we'll reveal 7 things you should never say to someone who is dying and what you should say instead. These are based on real stories, hospice nurse advice, psychological insights, and palliative care experiences from around the world. Let's begin with the first thing you should never say. 1. Everything happens for a reason. This is one of the most common phrases people use in tough situations. But when someone is dying, this sentence can feel dismissive and hollow. Imagine someone battling terminal cancer or slowly losing their body to a degenerative disease. Telling them everything happens for a reason can feel like you're minimizing their suffering, as if their pain is part of some mysterious plan they're supposed to be okay with. Why it's harmful? It invalidates real emotional pain. It suggests they should just accept it without grief or resistance. It often shuts down deeper conversations. What to say instead? I can't imagine what you're going through, but I'm here to walk with you. I'm here to listen if you ever want to talk about anything. You don't deserve this. I'm so sorry you're going through it. Real story. A hospice chaplain once recalled a woman who had lost her husband and was now dying from the same disease. When a friend said, "Everything happens for a reason," she responded, "I just wish I knew what good reason would justify this kind of pain." Words can cut, even softly spoken ones. 2. You'll be fine, or "you're going to beat this." False hope can sometimes be worse than no hope at all. When someone is facing a terminal diagnosis, they often already know the truth. Saying, "You'll beat this," when doctors have said otherwise, can make them feel isolated, misunderstood, or forced to comfort you instead of being comforted. Why it's harmful? It creates emotional distance by ignoring reality. It invalidates their fears and thoughts. It puts pressure on them to stay strong. What to say instead? "I admire your strength, and I'm with you no matter what happens. I'm here for you, however this journey goes." Do you feel like talking about how things are going? Real story. A hospice nurse shared that many patients pretend to be hopeful just to avoid disappointing their families. That emotional burden can be exhausting in their final days. 3. God doesn't give you more than you can handle. This phrase is often said with kindness and faith. But to someone who is in unbearable physical or emotional pain, it can feel like spiritual gaslighting. Many people in hospice or terminal care do feel overwhelmed. They do feel like it's more than they can bear. Why it's harmful? It can make the dying person feel ashamed of their pain. It suggests suffering is a test they should pass. It may create resentment or spiritual confusion. What to say instead? "I pray for your peace and comfort every day. God loves you deeply, and so do I. Even in this pain, you are not alone." Real story. A woman dying of ALS told her daughter, "If God thinks I can handle this, he's wrong." That was a moment where what she really needed was not faith talk, but gentle presence. 4. Let me know if you need anything. This seems polite, even generous. But for someone who's dying, or their caregivers, it can feel like another burden. They're already emotionally and physically exhausted. They don't have the energy to think about what they need or to ask for it. Why it's unhelpful? It shifts responsibility onto the sick person. Most won't feel comfortable asking for help. It often leads to no real support. What to do instead? Be specific. "I'm bringing dinner on Wednesday. What do you feel like eating? I'll come by and sit with you this weekend. Want to chat? Or just sit quietly? I'm free tomorrow to run errands or help clean. What can I take off your plate?" Real story. A caregiver once said, "The people who helped most didn't ask what we needed. They just showed up." 5. At least you had a good life. This might sound comforting, a way to celebrate the person's journey. But it can feel like you're closing the book before the final chapter is written. Dying people don't just want to be remembered. They want to be seen right now, in the present. They're still alive. Why it's painful? It suggests they should feel satisfied and stop grieving. It minimizes current fears, regrets, and sadness. It can shut down honest emotions. What to say instead? You've touched so many lives, including mine. Tell me about a moment that made you smile recently. Your life has mattered and still matters to me. Real story. An elderly man in hospice said, "They talk about me like I'm already gone. I'm still here. Can we just talk?" 6. You need to stay strong for your family. People who are dying don't need to carry the emotional weight of others. This phrase, though meant to be encouraging, pressures the dying person to bottle up fear, grief, or anger, all of which are valid human emotions. Why it's damaging? It suppresses authentic feelings. It isolates them emotionally. It makes them feel like a burden if they cry or break down. What to say instead? It's okay to feel everything you're feeling. You don't have to be strong right now. I'm here. You can be real with me. I can take it. One nurse reported that many patients say, "I'm trying not to cry in front of my kids." But what they really need is permission to be human, not heroic. 7. You're lucky. I wish I could just die in peace too. This is shockingly common, especially from people who are depressed, burned out, or facing struggles of their own. But to say this to someone who is actually dying is deeply inappropriate and hurtful. Why it's cruel? It trivializes their suffering. It compares pain in a way that dismisses theirs. It can feel like emotional betrayal. What to say instead? I've been going through a hard time too, but I admire your courage. You're teaching me a lot about life right now. Thank you for being part of my life. I'll always carry you with me. A cancer patient once said, "When someone told me they envied me, I wanted to scream." Do they want the morphine drips too? When someone is nearing the end of life, what they often need most is not a perfect sentence, but your honest presence. A hand held in silence, a tear shared without shame, a smile remembered, a song hummed. So if you're ever unsure of what to say to someone who is dying, just say this: "I love you. I'm here. I am listening." Because sometimes the best words are the ones that come from the heart, gently, sincerely, and with no need to fix anything.